main focus right now is Loma, being victorious in that fight, and then we'll go from there.
What do you think is the most challenging thing about Lomachenko's style?
He has experience, ring general shit. I know he's training for a dirty fight, a scrappy fight. He wants to, get in and get as dirty as possible on the clinch. That's what I've heard that he's training for. So we're just preparing for whatever he brings to the table. But we know the type of fight that he wants.
Devin, it seems like not that long ago, Lomachenko was the champ. He was the man to beat, the guy of the division. On top of most people's pound for pound list, obviously he took that loss. What do you think has changed though? Because it seems like so many people are overlooking him after his return.
Yeah, I think just because his last performance wasn't his best performance. He went in there and he showed like he was aging, but he also was out of a war. I'm sure a lot was on his mind. But we just got to see. We're preparing for the best. Loma on that night, we're watching his best performances, and even before he showed flaws or showed anything, I was still calling Loma out years and years ago.
What kind of fight do you think Loma's going to bring to you? Do you think
a dirty fight? I think Loma wants to make the fight as dirty as possible. He is a dirty fighter. He has skills. Don't get me wrong, but he relies a lot on dirty tactics and stuff like that. So I think he's gonna try to make the fight ugly and as dirty as possible.
Now, Devin, you were talking about, having this opportunity here against Loma. Back in 2019, you were talking about, having that chance, and you were saying, hey, wanted to face a green fighter, why not face this green fighter? But here we are 4 years later, you're the undisputed champion of the world, so it's a whole big difference. So what is it that you want to show him the most that he missed out on 4 years ago?
I remember Loma wouldn't even mention my name at one point. Like, for real. I remember one time my dad told me, oh, Loma said something about you. Because at one point, I didn't even think Loma even knew who I was. So it feels good that, now he's the challenger, I'm the champion, I'm the favorite to win. And I'm going to show him. That I was everything then and I'm everything now.
Dude, what you feel like when you hear older fighters, like you said, Tank said you're a middleweight, Loma says you're a heavyweight. When you hear all these fighters mention your weight, and there's fighters in the division that's actually bigger than you, like Ryan, how do you feel about that?
I never missed weight before in my life. Thank God. And I don't plan on missing weight ever in my career. So they could talk about how big I am and how I'm this and I'm that. On that weigh-in day, I should always show up as a professional and make the weight. Tank has missed weight, so he could talk about weight, but he's the wrong person to say anything.
What do you feel like your advantages are coming into the fight?
And Loma has fought bigger guys, taller guys like Luke Campbell, like Nakatani, guys with just as long as reach, just even taller than me. So I don't want to hear nothing about no size advantage, nothing like that. I'm going to beat him because I'm the better fighter, the smarter fighter, and right now is my time.
Do you view when people say something about how big you are, especially in this case, do you feel like that's a built-in excuse?
Yeah, it's definitely an excuse because I make weight just like everybody else. So what make it any different? I go in there and on the day before the fight, I weigh in just the same weight as you. So that shouldn't be an excuse.
What is your walking around weight?
And at the end of the day, skills pay the bills. That weight stuff do not matter.
What is your walking around weight?
The right weight.
Are you a warrior fan?
It don't matter what my walk around weight is. Only thing that matters is what I weigh in on that weigh-in day. That's all that matters. Yeah, I said this before. I say it again. I never do a rehydration clause. Well, not at this where I'm at in my career. Right now, I'm the champion, the guy with all the hardware. So it would be no point for me to do a rehydration clause, especially with me being the champion. And everybody knows how hard it is for me to make 135. Tank said I was a middleweight, right? He said something like that. Yeah. Loma said I'm a heavyweight. So we know what it is.
Do you see any scenario where you would ask somebody to do a rehydration clause, like you're moving up and you find somebody bigger?
Yeah. Like I said, not in this point in my career. I'm fighting for belts and stuff like that, so there's really no point in me doing a rehydration clause, but you never know.
Champ, who do you think will give you a better go, or will be a tougher out for you, Ryan Garcia or Tank?
I can't really say. Styles make fights. Ryan is much bigger, but Tank has much more experience. He showed that I think he punched harder. he punches harder than Ryan, but I think Ryan has more speed. But we just got to see. You know, styles make fights. You never know.
In the amateurs, didn't you fight Ryan Garcia? And it was 3-3, right? He took 3 and you took 3. So you probably know him better than anybody, don't you think?
Yeah, I mean, we fought when we were kids. Our first fight, me and Ryan's first fight, we were like 10 years old. So yeah, we got a lot of history together. But you know, I've changed as a fighter. I've gotten better, and I'm sure he has too.
I just talked to Ryan at the press conference, and he stated that after this fight, he's victorious. He definitely want to fight you. He don't know it's going to be at 35 or 40. What you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, that's good. I'm rooting for him. I want him to win. With that being said, you know, because I want to make the biggest fights happen. You know, he's showing interest in wanting to fight me. So, you know, that's the guy I want to win.
Do you think Tank will fight you next if he wins?
I mean, he hasn't shown too much interest in fighting me. But I don't know. You know, it all starts with May 20th, me being victorious then. That's my main focus, is being victorious, because without that, then, you know, I don't get the bigger fights that I want.
Would you fight at 135 or 140 against Ryan?
We got to see. Probably 135, because it'll be an undisputed fight if it was to happen. But I don't know. I still got to see how I feel on May 19th with, you know, making the weight, and then May 20th with me in the fight, see how I feel. But we'll see. You know, we're not ruling nothing out.
If you've heard they've been calling out your name, and then Shakur Stevenson. What do you think about Shakur, man?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's a good fighter. I think he's supposed to call my name. A lot of people, they was waiting on a reaction, like a crazy reaction from me, but it was no reaction because that's what he's supposed to do. I like that he called my name. I respect that, because I remember at a point when guys wouldn't call my name, they would say I was email champ, or you know, it was nothing to gain. It was this, it was that. So now that guys are calling my name, I can't be mad at it. I gotta respect it. I say I'm the guy at the division. I say I am the guy with, you know, all the belts. So that's the guy you should call.
How important is that?
And if he wasn't calling me, I would say he was a duck. So the right thing to do is to call my name. And but like I said before, you know, put some substance behind it, because you know the right people. Shakur knows the right people to call to make the fight happen. And yeah.
How was the sparring session? He said, you know, after the fight, he dominated you in the sparring sessions, and he stated that when he do fight you, it's going to be an easy fight. He want to fight you to make a point. How was those sparring sessions, and just to test it out?
Yeah, me and Shakur, we've been sparring since, bro, I think my first sparring session, we were like 12 years old, maybe a little bit older, but something like around it, maybe like 13 years old. So it's been times when he got the best of me and I got the best of him, but I cannot, you know, judge him off of those sparring sessions. I know he's gotten better, just like I can't judge Ryan off of the fights we fought when we were kids, because I know that he's gotten better, and so have I. You know, if you're judging off a sparring session, I mean, you're gonna be in for a long night, especially a sparring session when I was a kid.